Good morning, friends. How are you today? Hope everyone is doing well and they're ready for the day. Do you know what today is? We'll do our stretches in a minute. It's a day I've been talking about on the calendar. It's Earth Day. So, let's get started on Earth Day. Ready? Let's put our hands up. Stretch to the sky. And touch your toes. And touch the sky. And touch your nose. And touch your toes. And touch your nose. Ew, after you touch your stinky feet. Yuck. Alright, ready? Wiggle your arms out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle your legs, your right leg. And your left leg. Right leg. Left leg. Jump up and down. Turn around. This is what the earth does. It spins and spins and spins all the time. All right, ready? Let's do our breathing. We're gonna do, oh, you know what? Maybe we should change it up today. Let's do our balloon breath. You remember how to do that? Put your hands on your head. And we're gonna blow our balloon up. Ready? And let it all go. All right, blow it up again. And let it go. One more time. All right, shake it out one more time. All right, feeling nice and ready to get started on Earth Day? Guess what I'm gonna do on Earth Day? I'm gonna wear my pajamas. Today's gonna be a pajama day at our house. So if you want, you can have pajama day too if mom or dad says it's okay. All right, you ready to get started? Let's do our calendar. Our month is April. Good, you want to clap it out? We can clap it out. April. 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 Good, April. And our day of the week, Wednesday. Wednesday. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 So, today is Wednesday. And what, do you remember what yesterday was? The day that came before Wednesday was Tuesday. And tomorrow, the day that comes after Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Our day is Thursday. All right. And now we have to count and see what number we get to put on Earth Day. Ready? Get some air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Good. 22. Which side are we going to put it on? Do you see this? Let's start back here. Black, black, red. Black, black, red. Black, black, red. Black. We are going to put 22 on Earth Day. Good job. Our season, remember, we are in the season of spring. It has been raining a lot today. I bet it stormed at your house too. It stormed here just off and on all day yesterday. And then it's going to be rainy again this weekend. It's going to be rain, rain, rain. But then when May comes, we get lots of beautiful flowers. So we'll let the rain stay. Let's see, speaking of the weather though, for today, the weather is not going to be rainy. We get a nice day. It's not going to be rainy. It is going to be sunny and warm. Sunny and warm today. So our day is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. Our number is 8. Count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is our number. Excuse me. Our color is purple. Spell it out. P-U-R-P-L-E. Purple. And our letter this week is N. N makes the sound, like in nail. This is a kind of nail that you hammer. You use with a hammer. You also have nails, fingernails on the ends of your fingers, and you have toe nails on your toes. What other body parts do you have that start with an N? Your nose. And you smell with your nose, right? And you're nice. Lots of words that begin with N. And our shape, boys and girls, is an oval. That's right. Oval is our shape this month. All right, so I said today was Earth Day. And we're going to talk about what that means. So Earth Day is a day where we can do something good for the earth. So you might, at your house, recycle things like plastic bottles or paper, or cardboard. You might recycle those things. And if we recycle things, they can be made into other things. So we get to reuse them again and again and again. And it's really good, and the earth really likes when we reuse things, so we're not making so much trash. We also can plant a tree or maybe some flowers. A lot of times we can go pick up trash or make sure that we pick up our own trash. So maybe today you can be very positive that you are cleaning up after yourself. Make sure you don't leave any trash laying around, or if you have a snack, throw your paper, your wrapper away. Clean up after lunch for yourself or after breakfast. We want to clean up and make sure we never litter. So litter, we talked about, was when people throw things on the ground. So if I eat a candy bar and I throw my candy bar wrapper on the ground, that's littering. And the earth does not like when we do that. It harms the earth. So we need to make sure that even if we don't have a trash can nearby, maybe we stuff it in our pocket or a bag or something like that until we are by a trash can and we can throw it away where it belongs. So always remember, don't litter and clean up after yourself, especially when you're outside. Okay? And I have one of my favorite books here called The Lorax to tell us more about Earth Day and recycling. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. This is by Dr. Seuss. He is the author and the illustrator. At the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say if you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood just as long as it could before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there, and why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows. The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him. He knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkum on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkum, cold under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of myth-muffered moof. And on special dank midnights in August he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. Do you see the Onceler up in that window? His eyes? On the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail, and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather's snail. Then he pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you've paid him away in his snub, his secret strange hole in his grovelous glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by whisper, my phone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. Slop down slumps the whisper phone to your ear, and the old Onceler's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snurgly hose, and he sounds as if he had smallish bees up his nose. Now I tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how long the Lorax got lifted and taken away. How the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swami swans rang out in space, one morning I came to this glorious place. And I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruits. From the ripulous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. What a beautiful place. But those trees, those truffula trees, all my life I'd been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I'd do. I unloaded my cart. The Oncelers. In no time at all, I had built a small shop. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed. What is a thneed? That's hard to say. Thneed. The instant I'd finished, I heard a gazump. I looked, I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree that I'd chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues. And I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, what's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuft? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I am doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a thneed. A thneed's a fine something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers, for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that full Thneed. But the very next morning I proved he was wrong, for just in that minute a chap came along and he thought that the Thneed I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. Do you think the Onceler is a nice person? I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Please be quiet. I rushed across the room and in no time at all built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast, take the road to North Nitch, turn left at Weehawken, sharp right at South Stitch. I think the Onceler might just be worried about making money and not about cutting down the trees. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting Thneeds, just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffula trees. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time, that was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees at one smacker. We were making Thneeds 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I am also in charge of the Barbaloots, brown Barbaloots, who played in the shade in their Barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffula trees. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruit to go round. And my poor Barbaloots are getting all crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant no harm. I most truly did not. But I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of the Thneeds I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more Thneeds, and I biggered my money with everyone's needs. Do you think he's being greedy? Remember, greedy is a word to describe somebody who only thinks of himself and wants everything for themselves. They're not willing to share. So maybe the Onceler's being greedy. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. Onceler, he cried with a cruffulous croak. Onceler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swami swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you've smogged up around here. So first he started cutting down the trees, and then he built his factory too, which created all this smoke. And it's not as pretty as, look at the sky here, before his factory. See how pretty? And now the clouds are turning purple from all that smog. smoke. What's more, snapped the Lorax. His dander was up. Let me say a few words about gluppity glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making gluppity glup, also schloppity schlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Once-ler man, you. I don't think the Lorax is happy. Where's all that schlop going? To the pond. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary, in search of some water that isn't so smeary. Oh, pages are sticking. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax. Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say, bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I am telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering. Turning more truffula trees into needs, which everyone needs. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. What do you think? We're going to stop and make a prediction. If the Once-ler just cut down the last truffula tree, what do you think he's going to do? Can he make any more needs? Have to think about that. Maybe pause the video real quick and discuss what you think is going to happen. And we'll see if you're right. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smuggered stars. Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad, sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place, through a hole in the smog, without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the word, unless. Whatever that means. Well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. Wonder if the Once-ler feels bad about what he did. But now, says the Once-ler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Once-ler. He lets something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds, and truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack, then the Lorax and all of his friends may just come back. The end. So, maybe your prediction came true, or maybe you were right about it. But did you remember what he said? Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot. So, remember at the beginning of the video, I said, maybe for Earth Day, you can do something special. And if you don't do it today, maybe this weekend or anytime. But planting things helps our Earth grow new things The bees like the pollen in the flowers, and squirrels like the nuts in the trees. And so everything needs everything outside. So when we plant things or water them or take care of them or just pick up after ourselves and not litter, we get to take care of the earth. And that is very important for us to do our part and be the person who cares a whole awful lot, just like the Once-ler said. I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy Earth Day. Bye.